Today it is going to be a very interesting class because we are going to talk about hobbies. Uh, do you have any
Hobbies.
hobby?
Any hobby? Maybe, maybe take photographs and ride a bicycle, or
Oh, great. Do you ride a bicycle?
sometimes I ride a bicycle. I like, but sometimes I don't have any time. But when I have the opportunity, I ride a bicycle.
Hey, that's great. And why do you like to ride your bicycle?
Um, in the park, in the streets, I ride a bicycle. My child is in the tricycle,
Aha.
tricycle,
Yeah, the tricycle.
and me in the bicycle.
Oh my, that's great. Okay, that's good. And where do you live?
I live in Nesa,
Ah,
Nezahualcóyotl.
isn't it dangerous sometimes to ride a bicycle in Netzahualcoyotl?
Um, Pues in the colony is not is sure, I think, or maybe, but I have a lot of time living here. I have a custom.
Yes, you're right. Oh, that's very good. So, you know what? When I was a little girl, even though there weren't many people here in Ecatepec where I lived, my mother never let us to ride a bicycle for a long time because she said that it was unsafe, that it was dangerous. And yes, one day my brother went to buy um, he went to buy a bottle of oil. Yes, he went to the store. And when he was buying, somebody took his bicycle and stole it. And so my poor brother was so scared because he said, my bicycle, my father is going to preach me. My father is going to punish me. And yes, my father was so angry. He was so mad about it. But anyway, now it is not compared with the possibility of having an accident or now people don't steal things like that. They are violent and they hit or they hurt. So it is different.
Yes, I sorry. I remember when I was a child, I I play competitions with other children,
Mhm.
and in one occasion, I I fell down to the bicycle, and I hurt my back.
Oh my.
But I think my mother is regañar.
My mother preached me.
My mother
Preached.
preached me, uh, but I heard. I decide to I decide to I decide to don't tell nothing about
You decided not to tell anything to your mommy.
to tell anything my mother.
My goodness, but your back, what happened?
I have a package, a great
Uh-huh.
package, but only with other sister we are going to put a cream and alcohol, and that's all. And
Wow.
when I sit down, my I I have a pain. When I stand up, I have a pain. It was very difficult for me this age.
Uh-huh. Yes, you.
but then we are going to continue reading the bicycle.
Oh, yes, of course. I remember also a time ago. Well, it was not so long time ago. It was kind of 5 years ago. I was crashed by a car and I was riding my bicycle. And my father preached me because he said, "Hey, you are old enough to stop riding a bicycle. Pay attention that you are not a child. You are an old woman, so it is dangerous for you. Don't do that, please. Don't do that again." And I said, "No, Daddy, don't worry." But I continue riding my bicycle because it is,
Yes.
I like it. And yes, I was riding my bicycle down the avenue where suddenly a car was out of a closed street and it crushed me. So it pushed me over and I fall down kind of like 4 meters. It was a very bad hurt, and all of the cars were stopped by the moment because they saw that I was flying through the air and my bicycle was under the car. So it was very bad. I began bleeding, my nose began bleeding, and my white jacket was dirty, completely
Oh.
stained with dust and blood. And my mother was so afraid because I went to visit her. I was in the commute and I was in a hurry because my granddaughter was going to be there waiting for me. My daughter needed to go to school, and she asked my mother to let her have the baby there still the moment I was there to pick her up. So I couldn't go back to my house. I had to be there as soon as possible for picking my granddaughter. And my mother was so angry. My father was so angry. So, but I was afraid because of my granddaughter. I thought that she was going to be very scared when she saw me all covered of blood and dirty. But when I saw the girl, or well, I mean, when the girl saw me, she just said, "Ah, Granny, you fall down. Oh, Granny, be careful, please." And my
I
mother was,
remember another accident
yeah,
when I was a child. I ride my bicycle to the park, and in this way I find to my friend, and my friend pu- push me, and my dog is walk with me, and my dogs bark to the boy.
uh-huh,
But then I I scared with this situation, but the friend este no shout a lot of hard, and I ask what happened. And he tell me your dog barked me, and then we are going to go to the doctor and check up the my friends, and then my parents, we are going to talk with their fathers, and they are angry,
oh my,
but my dog bark her boy.
oh,
But then we are going to pay all the medicines and the consults,
the
and
medical
then we are going
procedure.
to show the vacuums for my dog,
Oh my,
and my dog have all the vacuums.
uh-huh, the vaccinations.
Vacunations, the
Oh.
vacunations.
Yeah, well, those are things that happens with when we have pets. But anyway, yes,
Yes,
very difficult experiences
yes,
upon
of
life.
course.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next part.
Yes.
And well, we sometimes have very common hobbies. For example, to listen to music, to read books, to cook. But there are some other hobbies that are not so common. For example, woodworking. Have you tried woodworking?
No, what's the meaning woodworking?
It's whenever you do things out of wood. For example, you can do maybe toys, maybe little things
Ah, yes.
with wood.
Yes, with
Do you
woodworking. Ah, yes, I understand.
do you do it?
No, it's very difficult for me, but I need some special tools, but I didn't have these tools for for make tables, toys, and maybe guitars. Well, no, I don't.
Ah,
I
that's it.
don't like, and I don't have the tools, the
Uh-huh.
necessary tools.
Well, whenever we talk about little things, they are called woodworking. But whenever we do furnitures, for example, tables,
Yes,
chairs, it is called carpentry.
carpentry. Oh, it's different.
That's different. Carpentry is when you do big things, and woodworking
Oh,
is when you do small things.
uh,
All right. So, you know what? There are some people who really like Argentine tango. What do? They practice, they dance Argentine tango. And that's nice. Don't you like it?
mm, maybe a little.
Hey, that's good. What do you like dancing?
Yes, I like dancing.
And what kind of music do you like dancing?
I like dancing salsa, rock, um, what rock and roll, what else? And folkloric. Um,
Oh, good.
what else? Um, only that.
Hey, that's great. You know what? There are some people also who have different hobbies. For example, hunting tarantulas. Wouldn't you like?
Hunting, tarantula.
Yeah, wouldn't you like it?
Yes, I like the tarantulas.
Do you?
Yes, I like the animals like tarantulas, snakes,
Oh,
lions. Um, maybe one time I go I went to the San Luis Potosi, and I in the jail we are going to enter with the some a little lion, and you touch, but you pay 100 pesos
for touching the lion,
for touching the lion, a little lion,
a
a
baby,
baby lion.
like a kitty.
Yes,
Oh my, that's incredible. And
yes.
so, weren't you afraid when you were there? Did you touch the little lion?
Can you repeat, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Weren't you afraid of the little lion? Weren't you scared?
No, but this is very take it easy, the lion,
Yeah.
and only you touch and you, ¿cómo se dice? Abrazar, huge and
Uh-huh.
huge,
You cuddle.
yes. And only 5 minutes and you get out. Only 5 minutes and get out.
Wow. Hey, that's a very good business.
Yes, because there is a long line to enter.
My goodness. Guess what? How much money the people, the owner does by that little lion?
Yes, and only for the photograph with the lion, 50 pesos. No,
Oh my!
50.
So you
See,
touched it.
50
You touched the
touch 100
for 100.
and
Take a photograph.
photograph 50.
My goodness, that's a very profitable business.
Yes, and with the snake, if you take a photograph and put in the neck, 50 pesos.
My goodness, that's so
Yes,
so
it's a
well.
good business.
Yeah, very good business, but I guess that it is sometimes dangerous because, all right, maybe you are an expert taking care of animals, but maybe in one moment the animal could be angry or uncomfortable, and so it could be
Yes,
hungry even.
but then I stay sometime in the watching the lion. No, see the lion, and then in one moment the baby lion angry and with other people's, and the domator with
Uh-huh.
the
The,
este um,
the tamer.
feed with meat,
Oh my! So
with maybe with 5 kilos of meat. I don't know, a
my,
lot of meat.
yeah, I think so. So
Yes, and the lion take it easy.
so it began roaring because he was hungry.
Yes,
But 5 kilos,
because maybe he's annoyed with many people.
yeah, it could be also because they are stressed sometimes.
Yes,
My goodness. But it was such a long time. I guess it was kind of like the whole day taking photographs and being with people.
yes, of course.
Oh my. You know what? There are also some other hobbies. For example, for some people, eating is a hobby. They eat,
I think
yeah, they try new foods. For example, some exotic dishes, or they are trying all of the time new food so that they can recommend it. Their hobby is not to eat a lot, is to taste many different kinds of food. So would you like to have this hobby?
yes, I like eating.
That's good.
I enjoy eating.
I guess everybody do. And what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is fish and spaghetti, salad and
Delicious.
salads.
Oh, they are delicious. Have you tasted Toscana salad?
Have you eaten what salad?
Toscana, Toscana salad.
No, I don't know.
No? Oh my, that's delicious. The recipe is this. First of all, wash some pieces of lettuce and
Okay.
you are going to clean it properly and dry it. Whenever it is dry, you are going to put lettuce in the plate.
Mm,
On the lettuce, you are going to put pieces of apple, little pieces of apple. Later on, little pieces of strawberries. On the strawberries, little pieces of grapes. Later on, little dices of cheese, panela cheese. And
ajá.
later on, you are going to put natural yogurt.
Delicious.
On the natural yogurt, you can spread some bilberry or some nut or both, bilberry and nuts. My
Mm,
goodness, that's delicious.
it's delicious.
Oh, yes, it is. And what's
Maybe
your,
I try to do it.
yeah, you should do it because it is not only delicious but also very healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, because, well, it contains sugar because of the bilberry and all the fruit. It contains lots of vitamin C because strawberry contains a lot of vitamin C. It contains also vitamin K because of the strawberries. It contains vitamin A because of the apples and the yogurt. And it contains proteins because of the cheese and the yogurt. And it contains iron because of the lettuce, and it contains serum because of the grapes. So it's extremely healthy, so nutritious, and so delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's your favorite salad?
Mm, my favorite salad, I don't have names, but I only invent. Maybe I put um, morrón and celery and este, cabbage and cucumber, tomato.
Oh, that,
I do a different salad, but I don't have name. I only invent. I mix different vegetables and fruits.
hey, that's great. That's delicious. You know what?
I experiment with different vegetables, and maybe we are going to put different fruits and cereals and different. I what's the
And
meaning?
you are experiencing
Aderezo,
different flavors. Some dressings,
dressings,
aderezo dressings.
dressings.
Oh, that's great. So, you know what? A doctor told me that whenever you eat green leaves, for example, spinach, broccoli,
Spinach.
yeah, whenever you eat those green vegetables, you have to add a little of oil, some greasy food, because the iron contained in the green vegetables has the necessity of having some grease for being absorbed into the organism. If we don't add a little of grease, then the organism is going to take it out of the body. So we are going to waste all of the vitamins and all of the iron that the green vegetables contain. So it's necessary to add a little of olive oil or cream or
Only for
butter,
easy. I put
something greasy. A little, of course, but something greasy. So that's good. All right. You know what? Another different hobby is raising kids. It doesn't matter that you are going to have a lot of children. It means that whenever you don't have anything to do, you go to see your neighbor maybe, and you say, "Could I take care of your kids?" And so, if you want, you can go shopping or you can go to the movies, and I will raise your kids for a moment. And so, it's a hobby for some people. It's a hobby. So, would you like to raise kids?
raising kids. Maybe yes.
Yeah, why not? All right. Okay, and tell me, how much do you enjoy playing with kids?
I enjoy playing with my with kids and maybe playing soccer, maybe playing a lottery, playing uh, lottery. What is snakes and leaders and
Mm,
Jenga
hey, that's nice.
and hide and seek.
Hey, that's so nice. All right, pretty good. So those are very nice activities, very entertaining, so amusing, and it is very healthy to be playing with children. It is so energetic. All right. And so, what about, well, how good are you for jewelry design? Do you like to design jewels?
Jewelry design? No, I don't know. I don't know design jewelry.
No?
Jewelry.
Nice.
No.
All right. But look at
I
this.
have a friend,
Aha.
then this friend, she jewelry design, and then we are going, which bracelet do you buy me? Which necklace do you buy me?
Hey, that's
But all
great.
the time, she is design jewelry difference in this time for Christmas time, for
That's great.
it's the Halloween time, for September time, for all the celebrities. He designed different
Great
jewelry,
celebration.
bracelets, necklaces, and bells, all the jewelry,
Hey, that's nice.
earrings, the rings,
That's
and
really good.
she used different materials like silver, gold, some different stones.
Hey, that's great.
Um, yes,
Hey, that's beautiful.
but I don't design.
Okay. Well, you know what? Some people like to design and some people like to buy. No, for example, there are some people uh, who who go shopping and they buy things because of as a hobby. Of course, they should have a lot of money, but it's their hobby. They say, "What are we going to do?" Uh, I don't know. We don't have a plan. Let's go shopping. All right. So, do you like going shopping?
Yes, I like go shopping.
It's nice. And what do you like to buy?
What what? Repeat, please.
Oh, yes, of course. What do you like to buy?
Uh, shoes, clothes. This is the different shoes, different colors of shoes, and a cloth for the temporary according to the climate.
Hey,
Maybe in this time we are going to go shopping to buy jackets and sweaters and gloves, scarves, coats, and boots and tennis shoes.
hey, that's great. Yeah, it is necessary to have a provision supplies about hot clothes. The weather is extremely cold.
Yes, the last week was very cold and rainy.
Uh-huh. That's it. All right. And what about, well, I remember that the last week, was it the last week or was it this week? No, it was the last week. It was on Wednesday, wasn't it? It was the coldest.
Yes, on Wednesday, all the day was rain and rain and rain, maybe until 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it. And it was extremely cold.
And this day, my aunt was sepulted
Oh my.
because on Tuesday we are going to stay in Belándola,
Aha, in the burial.
and on Wednesday we are going to
To bury.
to Boric,
Aha.
and the day is very very bad. It's cold, it's rainy,
Oh my.
and I
I'm so
have
sorry.
sad and
Yeah.
crying.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a very great day.
Yeah,
It was a very great day.
it was not only sad because of of the situation indeed, but also like as if the weather was crying also. No, I'm so sorry to know that. I guess that, well, those things sometimes happen because, well, it's a natural situation, but anyway,
Yes,
they hurt. I'm,
yes, of course.
I'm so sorry. You know what? In these days, last year, my father was in the hospital, and
Oh,
on December the 2nd, he passed away. But as I told you before, at first, of course, we were extremely sad. But now we understood that it was a natural effect of life.
situation.
Yeah, it was, and even it was so necessary. Now that I reflect, that I analyze things, I guess that it was good for my father that it happened in that way. Because you know what? He had cancer and we
Oh,
didn't know anything. Even he didn't know. He knew about it when it was so late. It was final stage cancer, and my father was completely okay. He was completely normal. He didn't have any pain, he didn't have any problem. Still, the moment that
mm,
he was not able to eat anymore, he said that he couldn't eat, and so he began losing weight. And so he was losing and losing and losing weight. In 1 month, he lost 15 kilos. But
oh, a lot.
yeah, in 2 months, well, he was in August, in September, he was perfectly, and he died in December. So it was so quick, extremely
Oh,
fast.
it's very quick.
But sometimes I was surprised. I was scared because I said, how could this happen? My father was okay. But now that
Yes,
I analyze the situation, I think that it was good because he didn't spend a long time suffering his sickness. There are people who have been sick for years and years and years, and they suffer tremendous pain. And my father didn't suffer anything. So I guess that it was good. It was good for him. He didn't suffer. Well, he suffered
yes, of course.
for 1 or 2 weeks or in the hospital, but that was all. So for us, it was a blessing that my father didn't suffer as many other people do. We didn't see my father in pain. But anyway, as I told you before, now I understand that they are natural situations, that it was mandatory for everybody.
Yes, of course. It's
Well,
the cycle of the life.
yeah, that's it. They are stages of life. All right, you know what? Let's go to another image. Here we go.
Okay.
Tell me, how often do you take photographs?
So often
Do you
I
take photographs?
I always take photographs with my child, maybe when he's playing, when he's eating, when mm, I take photographs always, all the time. I take photographs to my child or my husband. I and when I have an opportunity in the day, I take a photograph, and I have an album like day by day by day about my child.
That's
When he was a little baby, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, until 3 years.
oh my,
Yes,
that was beautiful.
yes, and it's a good experience. Maybe when she when he stay when he has a young. he remember these moments
Yeah, I think he
with
will.
the photographs.
Hey, that's beautiful. Congratulations. That's so beautiful. All right. And tell me, how often do you play any instrument?
I never play the instruments.
No, non-instrument.
No, any
Guitar, the
instruments. I
violin.
never.
No, the flute.
No, nothing.
Nothing. Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I recommend doing that because it is so nice. It's extremely relaxing.
Yes.
All right. Well, and tell me, how often do you practice any sport? Maybe basketball or maybe tennis, golf, athleticism,
Volleyball.
volleyball. Hey, that's
Maybe
how often?
I practice um, one time, twice a month,
Hey, that's great.
twice a month only.
Yes, that's very good. And do you play in a team or just as an amateur?
Only an amateur.
That's it, just for fun.
Only, yes, only for with my family or with my friends.
Hey, that's good.
When I was young, I participate in a teams and I make a competitions for volleyball. But in this moment, no. In this moment, only with the friends or with my family.
Hey, that's great. All right, pretty good. And so, what about gardening? Do you like gardening?
Yes, I like gardening, but I enjoy to take care the plants, water the plants.
Hey, that's good. And does your child like do gardening also?
Yes, I like gardening.
Hey, that's great. And what are your favorite plants?
My favorite plants are that what's the name? I mean, orchideas,
Or child?
orchideas,
Or
or
child?
childs, or childs, what else? Ay, la otra, bergamota se llama la otra, no sé.
I don't know it. How is it? Is it big?
Is big, is color pink, and in color pink, and in la punta
At the point?
is red. Is pink with red.
Oh my, beautiful.
Yes, and there have what happened? I how describe you? They have a tallo.
Uh-huh. Well, they have a pipe.
They have a pipe with with mm, with leaves, and then the flower is pink with red and is big. And this flower during 8 months. Then 8 months we are going to fell down, and then we are going to start to grow up.
Oh my. Hey, that's interesting, very interesting.
Yes, it's a beautiful flower.
I think so. Hey, that's great. And what about painting? How often do you paint?
Yes, I like painting. Maybe this time I paint with my child. I I have different pictures, and then we are going to use aquarellas, and then we are going to show how to paint. And they imite and paint your pictures.
Hey, that's nice.
And then tell me, Mommy, uh, we are going to paint. Show me, show me.
Ah, that's great. You know what? Painting is a very nice activity for children, because it helps them to develop their creativity and to be reflecting, to be relaxed, and to be concentrating in anything. So, many
Yes,
children have problems for concentration, for paying attention. But whenever they paint, they have to practice that part of attention and being concentrated on doing something. So painting is excellent for children,
okay.
and using different materials, not only paint, for also color pens, color pencils,
Yes,
crayons.
yes,
That's pretty
yes,
good.
my child use acuarelas, pintura, Vinci or acrílica,
Uh-huh.
and colors, crayons, and use different materials like a pellón, like a paper, like
Mm-hmm.
¿cómo se llama cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
in different materials and different colors and using different materials to paint.
Hey, that's great. Congratulations to you. That is so good. All right. And what about doing yoga? How often do you do yoga?
I never do yoga. I never practice yoga.
You know what? It is extremely good, but we have to have time, because, for example, I guess that in your case, to be with your child could be so demanding. And so,
Oh,
whenever we are mommies, we don't have a long time for practicing some things, for example, yoga,
yes.
because we have to be with our children, or we have to be doing things around house. But yes, it would be so relaxing to do yoga. Okay, so let's go to the next image. Ta-da!
Okay.
Skills. Some people used to say that whenever we practice any hobby, it could be music, any art, photograph, painting, or any sport. For example, basketball, volleyball, swimming, hiking, biking, soccer. Every activity, every sport activity is useful for develop our skills. So we train a part of our brain, and we develop some abilities whenever we practice those hobbies. So, what do you consider that is more useful for you to practice for developing your skills? For example, I will tell you, in my case, I like very much to knit, tejer, to knit very much, because it is relaxing
Yes.
for me, and it develops my fine movement. So I guess that whenever I knit, I am training also my hand for having a better handwriting, and for being more attentive and more patient. But I don't know, what about you?
I take photographs or painting, but take photographs I need the concentration, but the photograph is a very good. I check it the angulo
Okay.
and maybe because we are going to take the landscape, all the landscape is a bar called the photo, and we are going to choose the best option to take a photograph. And I take this photograph in different positions and in different what different and different size, more near, far, and it's very interesting for me.
Hey, that's nice. And even I guess that it helps you to be relaxed. Well, that's my idea. And what about practicing sports? You told me that you like playing volleyball.
Volleyball, yes. When we are going to play volleyball, I am relaxed, but I enjoy to play this sport activity. But I when I touch to the ball, we are going to are very funny. You relax it. You stay more is funny and relax, and we are going to concentrate it. And is a play in a team. Is coordination,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
you're
funny
right.
for me.
Yeah, you know what? You mentioned something so interesting. You said also that it is good for coordination because you have to see where the ball is and you have to make the calculation about where do you have to go running to hit the ball. And you mentioned also that it is teamwork. So yes, it is extremely good when uh, you take the skill of working with people, to take agreements about something, to make decisions. And in this case, when you are going to play a position in any team, you have to make quick decisions. So it's really good. All right. You know what? I guess that all of the hobbies have any benefit for human developing. I remember that time ago, people used to say, "You're just wasting time. Go to work instead of being playing." But I guess that life is not only to be working all of the time. It is also to enjoy, to develop, to grow up, to enjoy what you do, to enjoy who you are with. And that's nicer, no? They are the beautiful things of life. And well, congratulations to you for having those healthy hobbies. They are nice. Well, Elizabeth, I don't know if you want
Yes.
to ask something, to say any comment.
Okay. Only this week is the final exam.
That's it. Well, are you in bachilleres?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. For bachilleres, this is going to be the final exam. It is going to be
Yes.
from now. Today you can do it. And it is going to be the deadline on November the 25th. Uh,
25th.
in case that you are missing some activities, you can catch up. You can be doing the missing activities still December the 9th. On December the
Okay.
10th, we are going to send the report to your authorities. So I strongly recommend that you finish your activities still this week to December the 9th.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
All right, my pleasure. Well, you know what? For me, it was a very nice session. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to meet you here next class.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Thanks to
Thank
you.
you for all,
Thank you for everything.
for your tips, for your attention, for your teach me, for all the things.
Thanks to
I
you.
am very grateful with you.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure for me and an honor to be working with you.
Okay, me too.
All right. Thank you very much.